Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fallacious Truth. Today, we're going to be doing something a bit different here. I'm sure everyone knows what's going on with Ukraine, a sovereign nation being invaded by Russia. And if you haven't heard about it, you might want to get up to speed. Basically, Ukraine was created post USSR breakup, and now Putin wants to bring Ukraine back into the fold. Russia also has a terrible economy. They want the metal and minerals to sell that are within Ukraine to bolster themselves. It appears, however, that Ukraine wants nothing to do with that. They like and enjoy their sovereignty, their freedom. They do not want to be a part of Russia. And as I said, today's going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to take a look at the modern women of America versus the traditional women usually found in the East. Yes, you can always find the converse in the either place, but we're talking about the exceptions to the general rule here. We all know of the modern woman here in America. Self-absorbed.
I guess just being like gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, talented, and just a celebrity, you know?
So you're gorgeous,
Beautiful, amazing, and
talented, and a celebrity?
Yeah.
Narcissistic.
I'm famous for being beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, and talented.
Did get on the phone with me.
You are a narcissistic drama queen, okay? You are.
Entitled.
I'd rather a 10.
Yeah.
And you don't understand. Well, I'm a 10. I go to school, I go to work, and I have a great personality, and
And then you have women who are simply so far gone, they can't come to grips with reality at all.
Just whatever comes to your mind naturally. What would you say? Can you name some things women just have a knack for more so than men?
Probably compassion and empathy and generosity of heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of people go with that. And what comes to your mind if I say what would you say men are better at than women?
I don't know. I think men are better at probably guarding themselves. Yeah.
Good grief, that was painful to watch. The modern woman here, particularly in the United States, generally looks for the path of least resistance, uses unsuspecting men for resources along the way, and unfortunately there's a lot of us men out there that fall for it. Modern Western women, they're taught to put aside family values. They're taught to discard the father of the children for single motherhood, which is quite honestly one of the worst things you could do to a developing child. And now you have women of the East, particularly the ones preparing right now to defend their cities, their towns, while their men are now on the front lines.
Я работала обычным менеджером, но сейчас я решила, что нужно все-таки защитить нашу страну, свой дом, свою семью. Просто в последнее время мы слышим, что велике скупчення військ около наших границ и велика опасность очередного вторжения, поэтому, конечно, не хочется убегать, и я не собираюсь покидать свой любимый Харьков, а значит, нужно его защитить.
citizens are preparing for an unwelcome fight.
In our country, 8 years we live in a war. And now the situation is very tense.
Even though she's a media relations specialist based in capital city Kiev, Elisa has always enjoyed shooting for sport. More than a year ago, the 38-year-old Ukrainian mother joined a local territorial defense unit, looking to acquire combat skills.
I slightly understood that I need some skills of first aid. I need the skills to shoot and skills of tactics, just to defend my son.
They're skills she now fears she may have to use in the face of a Russian threat. Elisa puts on camouflage fatigues, takes one of her 2 small caliber guns and heads to a training ground. Along with dozens of other volunteers, mostly men with civilian jobs, she spends 7 hours either with her weapon on the ground or on guard as a part of a small patrol tasked to protect a concrete building from enemies. She said the basic training gives her comfort.
Now I understand so much that my skill that I've got all this period serving in territory defense forces, it's so important. I feel self-convenient. I am sure that I have enough skills.
Elisa said that like all Ukrainians, she doesn't want a war, but if war comes to her, she will take up a rifle and fight.
Я згодна би стріляти. Якщо буде якийсь, то я буду захищати свій дім, своє місто, своїх дітей. Бо не хочеться віддавати комусь свою країну, своє місто.
You know, the stark differences between Western women and Eastern women couldn't be portrayed more accurately than what we've just witnessed here. Modern womanism, the self-centered, the narcissistic nature of our consumer culture, couldn't be better displayed than in our modern Western women. Overall, it kind of makes you wonder if this was all intentional. It makes you wonder if this is a planned degradation of Western society. One thing is for sure, the future of Western societies, the family unit, and future generations are completely up in the air at this point. Before I end this video, I want to say just one more thing here. This older woman here, her name is Valentina. She's taking self-defense training. She's learning how to use a rifle. She's getting ready because she wants to be able to defend her families. She wants to defend her homeland. You know, she says, and I quote here, "I'm ready to shoot if something happens. I will defend my home, my city, and my children." These aren't the words of someone who has been brainwashed by modern movements. These aren't the words of someone who feels as though she is entitled. These are the words of a 79-year-old woman who is willing to say, "Not on my watch. I will defend my home and my children. I will defend my liberty. I will defend the liberty that my country provides, that both men and women of my country have come to know, expect, and enjoy." You know, the differences between Eastern and Western women couldn't be, like I said earlier, portrayed more accurately than what we've just seen here. On one side, you have women that are willing to give to the very end. And on the other side, over here in the West, yes, I'm sure there are women out there that are willing to give to the end, but the vast majority, at least from what we see, from our perspective, all they do is consume, consume, and consume some more. This is now the new norm in modern Western civilization. Now the question is, we here in the West, will we eventually become more like the East, like we used to be, like our roots used to be? Or will Eastern women become like our Western women? And if that's the case, if that were to happen, it would be a travesty. Anyhow, please keep the individuals in your thoughts and in your prayers that are in the middle of this conflict with the Russian invasion. Well, thank you for joining me. I'll have some more content out for you shortly here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you much, and take care.